Welcome to Explainer Insight. Today I'm going to explain a thriller film 365 Days released in the year 2020. The film starts with a meeting between the Torricelli Mafia family and black market traders. Massimo Torricelli then witnesses a gorgeous woman on a beach named Laura and tells his father, the Mafia boss, about it. The dealers suddenly shoot Massimo and his father. Fortunately, Massimo survives while his father dies. The story jumps forward. 5 years later, Massimo has now risen to the top as a leader of the Torricelli Mafia family. Meanwhile, in Warsaw, Laura is unhappy with her relationship since his boyfriend is always busy. Laura and his boyfriend leave the next day for a holiday in Sicily, Italy. Laura's 29th birthday is celebrated there, and her best friend Olga also attends. When searching for a restroom, she runs into Massimo. But Laura has no idea who he is and walks away. Laura spends the next evening seeing Sicily by herself. However, she got lost. Suddenly a man shows up and kidnaps her. Laura wakes up in a bed and realizes her clothes have been changed. She discovers that the door is locked and that she is unable to leave. The door is open at night and she begins exploring the mansion. When she enters the dining room, she notices a large portrait of herself. Then Massimo appears unexpectedly. Laura enraged and demands an explanation. Massimo tells her that she saved his life 5 years ago. Laura, it turns out, saved Massimo when he was shot. Since that day, he has been thinking about Laura and has begun searching for her all over the world. Massimo was stunned when he saw her in the airport. Now he wants Laura to be his. Laura, on the other hand, claims that she is not something he can possess. Massimo decides to give her a chance by imprisoning her for 365 days in the hopes that she will fall in love with him. Massimo then gives her a photo of his boyfriend having an affair with another woman. Massimo declares that he won't do anything without her permission. The next day, Massimo takes Laura to accompany him. He also takes her to a boutique where he buys her some good clothes. Daddy thinks Massimo is a Chad, treating his prisoner like a queen. Massimo enters while Laura is trying on lingerie. Laura warns him that this is the final time he will see it. Massimo becomes enraged and leaves. Laura manages to run from Massimo and encounters a patrol police officer. She informs them that she is being kidnapped. When the patrol officers see Massimo, though, they get fearful and leave. Leave with no choice. Laura begins to play her role. They're having a romantic dinner next to the pool. Laura begins to form a bond with him by asking about his personal life, such as his job. Massimo claims to be a successful businessman who owns a hotel, restaurant, and nightclub. On the way to Rome with his private jet, Massimo ties Laura and seduces her until she can't stand it. At the hotel, Laura avenges Massimo by refusing to touch his wiener when he asked her to. As a result, he ties her arms and legs to the bed. Then he says he'll show her what she's missing out by letting her watch a girl. Pleasure. Him making Laura feels lustful. After that, the two go to the club. Laura tonks and flirts with a man from his rival family, which enrages him. The man also gropes Laura, so he approaches them and points a gun to him. Laura wakes up on Massimo's yacht the next morning. Massimo is arguing with his right hand Mario, which she notices. Massimo then informs her that he shot the man's hand, who had groped Laura, resulting in a war between the two families. Laura apologizes, but Massimo says this is her fault because she is the one who first teased the man. They fight and Laura falls into the water. Massimo jumps and saves her when she regains consciousness. Massimo says that he was afraid she wouldn't survive and that he didn't want to lose her. Laura starts to fall for Massimo and the two begin to make love for the first time. Later that evening, Massimo and Laura attend a masquerade event where they meet Anna, who threatens Laura. Massimo confesses that he dated Elena and promised her that if he found Laura, he would leave her, which he did. After the party, Massimo tells Laura that he will send her back to her hometown, Warsaw, and that he will join her once his business is over. Laura waits for Massimo in Warsaw for days without hearing from him. She reunites with Olga and confides to her about Massimo, whom she adores. The two then go clubbing. Later, Laura meets her ex, Arthur, who claims he has been searching for her. He apologizes and tries to persuade her to rekindle their relationship when she is about to leave. Martin follows her back to her apartment where Massimo is waiting for her. Martin decides to leave when he sees Massimo. After that, Laura and Massimo make love. Laura then admits that she doesn't need 365 days because she is already in love with him. Massimo proposes the next morning and she accepts. Laura requests Massimo not to inform her parents about his real job. Massimo finally meets her parents. When her mother asks about Massimo's job, he answers that he is a gangster. They are both laughing. Back in Sicily, Laura mentions feeling unwell and plans to see a doctor. They also talk about their upcoming wedding, which she won't let her family attend because she doesn't want them to find out what Massimo does. Massimo, on the other hand, permits Olga to be Laura's bridesmaid when Massimo leaves to prepare for his trip to Palermo. Mario acknowledges that Laura has caused a tension in the family. Massimo flies Olga from Warsaw to Sicily. She helps Laura in selecting the wedding dress. Laura then reveals to Olga that she is pregnant. Olga encourages her to inform Massimo of her pregnancy. Laura decides to call him and wants to speak with him after dinner. Meanwhile, Mario receives a call from an informant that Laura is set to be murdered by a rival mafia family. Laura's car drives through a tunnel but does not exit. Mario runs as fast as he can to inform the news to Massimo. Massimo falls down in tears when he hears the news, just as Laura's call drops. That was all from the video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe for more content like this and hit the like button to help us out. Also, leave a comment if you want us to explain your favorite movie. Until next time, take care.